Imagine this. It's early morning. You're over 60. The house is quiet, and that first cup of coffee is steaming in your hands. It smells comforting, familiar. But a question suddenly pops into your mind. Doctor, what is this daily coffee really doing to my body at this age? Is it helping me or slowly harming me? Now let's talk about it honestly, calmly, and with science on our side. After the age of 60, your body is not the same body you had at 30 or even 45. Your metabolism slows down, your organs become a little more sensitive, and your nervous system doesn't bounce back as quickly as it used to. So when you drink coffee every single day, your body reacts differently than it once did. Let's start with the good news, because yes, coffee is not the villain many people think it is. When you drink coffee, the main active compound is caffeine. In older adults, caffeine can actually improve alertness, focus, and reaction time. Many studies show that moderate coffee intake may help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. That means your daily cup of coffee might help your brain stay sharper, helping with memory, attention, and even lowering the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Coffee is also packed with antioxidants. These are powerful compounds that fight inflammation and oxidative stress in the body. After 60, inflammation quietly increases and plays a role in heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even cancer. Coffee's antioxidants can help neutralize some of that damage, acting like tiny defenders inside your cells. Another benefit many people don't realize is that coffee can support liver health. Research has consistently shown that regular coffee drinkers have a lower risk of fatty liver disease, liver fibrosis, and even liver cancer. For older adults, this is especially important because the liver becomes more vulnerable with age. And yes, coffee can even help with mood. Caffeine stimulates the release of dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals in your brain. That's one reason why coffee drinkers often report feeling more motivated and emotionally uplifted. For some seniors, this small daily ritual helps fight feelings of low mood or mild depression. So far, it sounds like coffee is doing a lot of good. But here's where we need to slow down and look at the other side of the story, because after 60, the line between benefit and harm becomes thinner. As you age, your body processes caffeine more slowly. What used to leave your system in a few hours can now stay much longer. That means a cup of coffee in the afternoon may still be active in your body at bedtime. This can quietly disrupt sleep, even if you don't realize it. And sleep after 60 is already fragile. Poor sleep affects memory, blood pressure, blood sugar, immune strength, and emotional health. Many older adults say, "I fall asleep fine, but I wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. and can't go back to sleep." Daily caffeine, especially later in the day, is often a hidden reason. Now, let's talk about the heart. Caffeine can temporarily raise blood pressure and heart rate. In healthy individuals, this effect is usually mild. But after 60, many people have hypertension, irregular heartbeat, or are on heart medications. that daily coffee in large amounts can trigger palpitations, anxiety-like symptoms, or make blood pressure harder to control. This doesn't mean coffee causes heart disease, but it can worsen existing heart conditions if intake is high or poorly timed. Then there's the stomach. As we age, the stomach lining becomes more sensitive. Coffee increases stomach acid production. Daily coffee, especially on an empty stomach, can lead to acid reflux, heartburn, bloating, or gastritis. Many seniors complain of a burning chest or sour taste in the mouth and never connect it to their morning coffee. Bones are another concern. After 60, bone density naturally declines, especially in women after menopause. Excess caffeine can interfere with calcium absorption. If you drink multiple cups of coffee daily and don't get enough calcium and vitamin D, your risk of osteoporosis and fractures can increase over time. And finally, anxiety and nervousness. Some older adults notice that daily coffee makes them feel shaky, restless, or unusually anxious. That's because the nervous system becomes more sensitive with age. What once felt energizing may now feel overwhelming. So here's the real question. If you're over 60, should you stop drinking coffee? The answer is not yes and not no. It's about how much, when, and how your body responds. Most experts agree that for healthy adults over 60, 1 to 2 cups of coffee per day is generally safe and may even be beneficial. But timing matters. Drinking coffee in the morning, preferably after breakfast, is much safer than late afternoon or evening coffee. It also matters what you put in your coffee. Excess sugar, flavored syrups, and heavy cream can turn a healthy habit into a metabolic problem, increasing blood sugar, cholesterol, and weight gain. And most importantly, your personal health conditions matter. High blood pressure, heart rhythm issues, acid reflux, anxiety, osteoporosis, and sleep problems all change how coffee affects you. Your body always gives signals, palpitations, poor sleep, stomach pain, jitters. These are not random. Their messages. Now, let us move into the most important part, how to drink coffee safely and smartly after 60. So you get the benefits without silently damaging your health. First, let's talk about timing, because this alone can change everything. After 60, your body clock becomes more sensitive. Cortisol, the natural hormone that helps you wake up, is usually higher in the early morning. Drinking coffee immediately after waking can overload your system. A much better approach is to wait about 60 to 90 minutes after waking, ideally after breakfast. This reduces stress on your nervous system and stomach. And the biggest rule, no coffee after 2 p.m., even if you feel like it doesn't affect your sleep. Science shows that caffeine can reduce deep sleep without you noticing. Poor deep sleep is linked to memory loss, weak immunity, and faster aging of the brain. Next, let's talk about quantity. Many people say, "Doctor, I only drink small cups." But those small cups can still add up. After 61 to 2 cups per day is the safe zone for most people. More than that increases the risk of sleep problems, blood pressure spikes, calcium loss, and heart rhythm issues. Now, pay close attention to how your body reacts. If after drinking coffee you notice fast or irregular heartbeat, shakiness or anxiety, acid reflux or chest burning, frequent urination, feeling tired instead of energized, these are signs your body is struggling to handle caffeine. Another big factor is empty stomach coffee. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach is one of the most common mistakes in older adults. It increases acid production, irritates the stomach lining, and can worsen ulcers and reflux. Always have coffee after food, even if it's just a small meal. Now, let's address bones, because this is a quiet but serious issue. Caffeine slightly increases calcium loss through urine. On its own, this is not dangerous. But after 60, when bones are already weakening, daily coffee without enough calcium can accelerate bone thinning. If you drink coffee daily, make sure your diet includes calcium-rich foods like milk, yogurt, cheese, leafy greens, or fortified foods. Vitamin D is equally important. Now, what about people with blood pressure or heart problems? If you have controlled blood pressure, 1 cup of coffee is usually safe. But if your blood pressure is unstable or you have a history of irregular heartbeat, coffee can sometimes trigger symptoms. In such cases, switching to half-caffeinated coffee or reducing frequency can make a big difference. And let's not forget medications. Many people over 60 take medicines for blood pressure, thyroid issues, anxiety, or osteoporosis. Coffee can interfere with the absorption or effect of some medications. For example, drinking coffee too close to taking thyroid medicine or iron supplements can reduce their effectiveness. Now here's a very important question. What if coffee no longer suits you? This doesn't mean you lose your morning ritual. Some healthier alternatives include decaffeinated coffee, still rich in antioxidants, green tea or herbal teas, gentler stimulation, chicory coffee, caffeine-free, gut-friendly. These options can give comfort without overstimulating your system. One more thing many people don't talk about: hydration. Caffeine has a mild diuretic effect. Older adults already have a reduced thirst sensation. If you drink coffee daily but don't drink enough water, dehydration can sneak up on you, causing dizziness, fatigue, constipation, and kidney strain. So always balance coffee with water. Here's the simple truth. After 60, coffee is no longer just a habit, it's a health decision. Used wisely, it can support your brain, liver, and mood. Used carelessly, it can quietly damage sleep, bones, heart rhythm, and digestion. Now, let us talk about the people who need to be especially careful with daily coffee after 60, because for some bodies, coffee quietly becomes a problem instead of a benefit. If you have chronic insomnia or poor sleep, daily coffee, even 1 cup, can keep your nervous system slightly overstimulated all day. Over time, this leads to memory problems, low immunity, higher blood sugar, and faster brain aging. In this case, reducing coffee to occasional use or switching to decaf can dramatically improve sleep quality within weeks. If you suffer from acid reflux, GERD, or stomach ulcers, coffee can be a daily irritant. It relaxes the lower esophageal sphincter, allowing acid to move upward. Many people think their chest discomfort is a heart problem when it's actually coffee-related reflux. If symptoms improve on days without coffee, that's your answer. For those with irregular heartbeat or frequent palpitations, caffeine can overstimulate the heart's electrical system. This doesn't mean coffee causes heart disease, but it can worsen existing rhythm issues. Even small amounts may trigger discomfort in sensitive individuals. People with osteoporosis or a history of fractures should also be cautious. Coffee is not the main cause of weak bones, but when combined with low calcium intake and low vitamin D, it can speed up bone loss over the years. And if you struggle with anxiety, panic symptoms, or tremors, caffeine can intensify these conditions. After 60, the nervous system becomes more reactive, and what once felt like energy may now feel like inner restlessness. Now, let us talk about the most important part: how to know if coffee is good or bad for you personally. The best test is simple and honest. Try a 7-day coffee reset. For 1 week, either completely stop coffee or switch to decaffeinated. Pay attention to sleep quality, energy levels, digestion, heart rhythm, mood, and anxiety. Many people are surprised to find that their sleep improves, their stomach calms down, and their daytime energy becomes more stable. Others realize they truly enjoy coffee and feel fine without negative effects. This is not about quitting forever. It's about awareness. If you decide to continue drinking coffee, keep these golden rules in mind. Limit to 1 cup. Occasionally to drink it in the morning. After food, avoid late afternoon and evening balance with water and calcium-rich foods. Listen to your body's signals. After 60, health is not about strict rules. It's about making small, intelligent choices that protect your future. After 60, your body speaks more clearly than ever before. You just have to listen. Coffee is no longer a harmless habit you don't think about. It becomes a relationship. For some people, it's supportive, comforting, and even protective for the brain and liver. For others, it quietly interferes with sleep, digestion, heart rhythm, bones, and emotional balance. The science is clear. Coffee itself is not the enemy. Misuse is too much, too late in the day, on an empty stomach, ignoring warning signs. 1 mindful cup in the morning can still be a beautiful ritual, something that lifts your mood, sharpens your mind, and adds joy to your day. But health after 60 is about quality, not quantity. What matters most is how your body responds. So the real question is not, is coffee good or bad after 60? The real question is coffee working for me? When you choose awareness over habit and balance over excess, you give your body the respect it deserves at this stage of life. And that, more than any drink, is the real key to aging well.